You know, when we think of celebrities, we usually picture these larger-than-life figures, right? People defined by the characters they play. But what about the stories before they ever hit the spotlight? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and look at the unexpected and, honestly, the fascinating real lives behind some of Hollywood's biggest names. Let's dive in.
So here's a question for you. You know their faces, of course, but do you really know their stories? I mean, we see them on posters, we see them at awards shows, but the journey to get there, well, that's where the really good stuff is. And for a lot of them, that journey was anything but a straight line. Seriously, we're going to start with some stars who had whole other lives before they even thought about stepping in front of a camera.
Okay, let's start with a big one. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Right now, he's one of the most bankable movie stars on the entire planet. But long before he was headlining blockbusters, he was headlining WrestleMania. He was in the ring, electrifying millions in the wild world of professional wrestling. Talk about a major career pivot, from the wrestling ring to the red carpet. And then you've got someone like Johnny Depp, who took a completely different and kind of weird path. We all know him for his iconic, transformative characters, but before he found that calling, get this, his resume was interesting. He worked as a telemarketer, and he even gave being a chef a try. It's just such a great reminder that the road to success is almost never a straight line. Now, what about timing? Think about Morgan Freeman. That incredible voice, that presence he has on screen. It's probably going to blow your mind to learn that he didn't land his first major film role until he was in his 50s. Just let that sink in. Decades of work before that huge, life-changing breakthrough finally happened.
I mean, that just goes to show you, right? A big break, that moment in the spotlight, it doesn't have an expiration date. It could be waiting for you right around the very next corner.
So, it's not just about unconventional career paths. What else is hiding behind all that fame? Well, for a lot of stars, acting is just one piece of a much bigger, much more interesting puzzle. A life filled with secret talents, quiet heroism, and some serious brainpower.
This stuff is just incredible. You have Audrey Hepburn, this icon of elegance and grace, who is also unbelievably courageous. As a teenager, she actually aided the Dutch resistance during World War II. Then there's Natalie Portman, who somehow balanced a massive acting career with, getting a degree from Harvard. And Emma Watson. She didn't just play a brilliant student on screen, she taught herself to be fluent in French just because she wanted to.
And sometimes these hidden stories are just wonderfully weird. Take Tom Hanks. We all see him as America's dad, right? Well, it turns out he's a huge collector of vintage typewriters. And when I say huge, I mean he has over 200 of them. It's such a cool and unexpected peek into the guy behind the famous face. All right, and finally, let's talk about those defining details, those little stories and massive achievements that get so woven into a star's identity that they become part of the legend themselves. Okay, this has to be one of my favorite Hollywood origin stories ever. The story goes that Leonardo DiCaprio's mom was pregnant, and she was in a museum in Italy looking at a Da Vinci painting when she felt her baby kick for the very first time. And right there, she decided he would be named Leonardo. Just like that, a name and a future legend was born. And then you have a legend that's built on just pure, undeniable talent. I mean, when you talk about the greatest actors ever, Meryl Streep's name is always, always there, holding the record for the most Oscar nominations in history. That's not just a fun fact. That's proof of a career that is just on a completely different level of excellence. And how about a story of pure grit and perseverance? Robert Downey Jr. basically grew up in the movie business, acting in his dad's films when he was just a kid. His journey had these incredible highs, but also some very public lows. But his massive return as Iron Man, that cemented one of the greatest, most inspiring comebacks Hollywood has ever seen. So when you look at all these different stories, you realize it's about so much more than just celebrity trivia, It's a reminder that everyone, famous or not, has a story that's way deeper and way more interesting than what you just see on the surface. Which, of course, brings it all back to you. Their stories are all about these weird paths, hidden talents, and defining moments. It really makes you think, doesn't it? What's the unexpected chapter in your own story? What's that hidden talent, that surprising past, or that defining detail that makes you, you?